Okay. We will get going. I'd like to call to order the Lewis County Commissioners meeting of Monday, July 23rd. We do have a quorum with two of us present today, and we hope Commissioner Stamper is enjoying his cruise in Alaska.
He's on a slow boat.
A slow boat. Flag salute. Peter Lamont, would you lead us? Public comment. Sean Bell.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sean Bell, RAS Americas from Portland, Oregon. I wanted to give you an update on where things stand with the permitting process, the SEPA process through the county on the application for the wind facility at Skookumchuck. On Friday, we submitted three hard copies of the draft environmental impact statement, which is the document that gives the county the basis for their analysis under the State Environmental Protection Act under SEPA. And what will happen at this point is the planning will review the document, determine its completeness, determine whether or not we've addressed some of the comments that came out during scoping, and then put that document out for public review for one final time. And then a decision will be made after that. If there's additional comments, then we'll go back and forth and make sure the comments are incorporated appropriately. And then a decision will be made, and a final EIS will be approved. And at that point in time, there's an appeal period, a small waiting period, and then it's all good as far as the county is concerned through the SEPA process. Then we begin to process the building permits for each individual turbine foundation and a few other minimal items for review for building. And then at that point, we can start construction. So we need to make sure things stay on track so that we can still break ground this late summer, early fall. Right now that's in the county's hands. So we hope that the process moves as quickly as possible.
And your predicted ending date of this project?
Commercial operation date, when we actually generate power, will be June of next year, August of next year, somewhere next summer. Let me just put it that way. It depends on a multitude of pieces, and part of that is making sure that the turbine supplier Vestas can provide the equipment in a timely fashion. If they can't, so for instance, right now there's an issue with obtaining the right blades for the turbines themselves. So there's been a supply chain issue with that, but that hopefully is being corrected. But there's many little facets of that process. So to answer your question, it should be next summer.
I understand part of the research project is looking how to bring the turbines themselves into the property.
Yes, yeah.
These are big ones, right?
I'm sorry, what?
These are very large.
Yes, yeah.
How large would you say they are? 300?
About 200, about 198 feet.
198.
So we've actually purchased a couple of special pieces of equipment that are very unique in the industry and very unique in the United States. As a matter of fact, I think we're the only ones that actually own these. And what they do is they hydraulically elevate the blade so you can reduce your turn radius. So in other words, if the blade is up in the air, your wheelbase is shorter. So you don't have to have the impacts that moving a full-length blade, at almost 200 feet or over, would require for road improvements and things like that. So it's pretty cool because it's unique to the industry and it's unique to the U.S. So, yeah, but we are still working on some of the access pieces of that.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
If you have questions.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sean. Kelsey Hulse.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me here. For the record, my name is Kelsey Hulse, and I'm here representing Puget Sound Energy. In the last year, PSE entered into a power purchase agreement with to purchase power from the Skookumchuck Wind Farm, currently in development by RES Americas. And I'm here to thank the Lewis County staff for their time and their effort so far. We realize that a project like this involves a large body of work, and we really appreciate all those efforts. I'm also here to encourage your support for that project and to ask for your help in getting those turbine blades moving. The product was developed as a response to strong market demand and demonstrates the literal power of private sector partnerships supported by a reasonable and thoughtful regulatory environment. The project has found the right home in Lewis County, and I'm excited to see the resulting economic benefits here for this community. The jobs created will be filled by the hardworking, resilient residents that Lewis County is known for. I could not be more proud and excited to start bringing other influencers down here to see the next era of electrical generation infrastructure taking shape right here in Commissioner Funds District. The spotlight is on Lewis County, and we look forward to a timely and exciting build out. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about PSE's involvement in this exciting project. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve 2 notice items, including Resolution 18-231 and Resolution 18-232.
Second.
Ms. York.
Good morning, Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, and I'm speaking to the first resolution, 18-231. This is a notice of hearing for ordinance 1289. This ordinance, notice hearing would amend portions of the chapter 6.05, section 2.25.130 of the Lewis County Code. This pertains to dangerous animal proceedings and appeals. In addition, it will have a few other minor changes within that code that needed to be updated with just corrections and things. The hearing will begin at or after 10 a.m. on August 13th, 2018 here in the Commissioner hearing room. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Danette.
Mr. Roy.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Martin Roy. I'm with the Lewis County Public Works Real Estate Services Division. I'm here in regards to Resolution 18-232. This resolution, if approved, would provide for a temporary closure of Schaefer Road to all through traffic. Lewis County will be replacing a culvert on Schaefer Road at milepost 0.26, and it will be necessary to close Schaefer Road to all through traffic during the period of the culvert replacement. Schaefer Road will remain open to all local access up to the point of closure. This resolution would, pursuant to appropriate and applicable RCW, close Schaefer Road to through traffic at milepost 0.26 beginning on July 27, 2018 and ending on August 10th, 2018. Are there questions?
Those are chicken farms that are close by, right? Chicken farms?
Right. So the closures were all negotiated through and with the chicken farm owner so that they would work with his bringing in the feed and taking out the chicken and all necessary work that needs to occur. And I think there was also consultation with the fire district. They indicated that they would be able to park at the closure and be able to bring their hoses to the site if necessary. So there's been consultation with the folks involved to make sure that it doesn't interfere with their production.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded to approve notice items Resolution 18-231 through 232. Any further comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I move to approve 2 consent items. First of all, the approval of minutes from the July 16, 2018 business meeting, and also Resolution 18-233.
Second. Ms.
Good morning,
Smith.
Commissioners. Suzette Smith, Chief Accountant to Auditor's Office, here to present to you Resolution Number 18-233. This is the weekly approval of warrants against the various county funds. Last week, we issued 282 warrants, number 801-338 through 801-577, and 801-708 through 801-749, for a total of $539,513.72. We note the following series as a skip in sequence. These warrants were issued on behalf of the special purpose districts. Their commissions approved the warrants. Number 801578 through 801707. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda, approval of minutes from July 16th, 2018, and Resolution 18-233. Comments, questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I move to approve 4 deliberation items, Resolution 18-234 through Resolution 18-237.
Second. Mr. Fife.
Tim Fife, County Engineer. I'm here to speak on all 4 resolutions. Resolution 18-234 is authorizing a contract between Lewis County and Cowlitz-Waukegan Council of Governments for planning, transportation planning purposes. It would provide up to $25,000 reimburses for our planning efforts that feed into what they need to do their business. Any questions on that one?
This is a routine contract.
Yeah,
It
it's
comes
an
every
annual
year.
contract. It's just a renewal for another year. They provide $25,000 a year for us to do our planning efforts. Resolution 18-235 would approve some funding from the state Department of Transportation for signing on the ATV, the ordinance that you recently passed. It provides $35,000 for us to place all those signs, up to $35,000. And that contract would approve that.
And I understand we're trying to do an all-out effort regarding letting people know about the roads, working with Discover Lewis County, working with folks so they know when they come to Lewis County what roads they can use.
Right. The signing is above and beyond what's required by law. We want to make sure everybody knows where they can and can't, or where they can ride them, not necessarily where they can't.
Right.
So we're signing all roads at the beginning of where we've allowed them to be. The third ordinance, or resolution 18-236, approves a resolution for the engineer to sign for agreement with Murray Smith to provide construction phase engineering services for the Vader and Shannon Valley water reservoir that's being constructed this summer and will be completed next year. The contract is for $180,065, up to that. And the 18-237 is approving a local agency agreement and project prospectus for our Centralia Alpha project, CRP 2084. It provides $100,000 for us to get started on the preliminary engineering. It's in a slide area, so there is a lot of work that needs to be figured out before we can actually go to construction. This would give us a head start on doing that, and it would approve that money.
And let's take a look at the map so folks who are watching us that, so we're looking at milepost 10.60
Yes,
through 1185.
just east of North Fork.
Okay. Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the deliberation items, starting with Resolution 18-234 through 237. Further comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Good of the order.
Go for it.
Well, we were at the Napa Vine Fun Time Festival and truly was a good time. A lot of people showed up. It's really wonderful that our our towns and cities in Lewis County have these festivals, and people can come to them and eat, buy gas, spend money in Lewis County.
One of the things that's amazing to me about all of our festivals in Lewis County is they seem to continue to grow. Um, you know, when you're living in a time when we have so many other things to distract us, technology and those sorts of things, and in the larger communities, I know this is the case. It's, you know, Seattle, up in that area, Tacoma, Thurston County. In Lewis County, our festivals, you would think at some point that would begin to diminish and die down. It never does. They continue to grow. The parade in the city of Centralia for the 4th of July has become massive. We were at Toledo a couple of weeks ago. That parade is getting longer. We were at this one. Napa Vine is beginning to get longer. I think it's just really a deep appreciation among Lewis County people for their heritage, their festivals, and it seems to continue and seems to grow even with newer generations, because you see all these kids that are all over the place participating, they're getting involved. It's just really, it's really nice to be a part of a community that seems to be this little pocket located here in the middle of Washington that continues just to flourish with the personality that we have. So it's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun during this time of year.
And this weekend, we have Shayla's Fest, and we also have Centralia Antique Fest. And I was going to ask Peter Lamond to come in to talk about Chehalis Fest at the Lewis County Historical Museum.
Thank you, Commissioner Fun. Saturday morning, starting at 8 o'clock, the Lewis County Historical Museum will be hosting their annual Blueberry Pancake Breakfast from 8 to 11. Come in. Usually Dennis Dawes and Tony Ketchum are our pancake chefs, and we're looking forward to that. That's one of our biggest events of the year. We'll have some other games for the kids in the parking lot, and the museum, of course, will be open. And at 11 o'clock, we'll switch over to hot dogs. So if you're looking for a hot dog for lunch, we'll have it there. That's the positive side of this report. On the negative side of this report, yesterday we lost Margaret Shields. Margaret she was a diamond in the historical community of Lewis County. She was a volunteer at the Lewis County Museum, I think, for over 40 years. And she was very diligent. I mean, the last few years, if you went to the museum, you would find Margaret back in the archives working on some kind of a project. The loss to the historical community is just immeasurable. Just a truly nice and wonderful person. I never heard her have a crossword with anybody. Although she did tell me one time that she did chew on her husband a couple times for some projects they worked on, but just a really wonderful person, and we'll miss her.
Yes.
So,
Yes, it's a really sad day. And I mean, we've known for years that one day Margaret, who I think was 95, would pass from this earth, and with it would take all this knowledge she had, all this knowledge about Lewis County history. I said she had more in her brain than I had in my hard drive.
yeah.
She could answer questions. You would ask her, "What about this house on East Street?" So she'd think a minute, she'd go in and pull some drawers and come out with the information. We will miss her very dearly, and I know her daughter's putting arrangements together, and as soon as we know, we'll let others know. I was looking at our little archives, and on February 8th, 2012, we said that was Margaret Shields Day. And, they said at this point that she had worked at that point with 11 Lewis County Historical Museum directors. And she had worked with school children that would come into the museum, and she would show them pictures of their school 50 years before. Uh, she had received the South Sound Heritage Association Act for all the work she had done. And when we had a huge issue at the museum when some money was taken from the account, Margaret Shields was the first one to put money back in to build up that endowment account. So hats off to Margaret, and we'll miss her dearly.
No. And I would also like to echo the Napa Vine Fun Festival this weekend. We have a military history group that comes together once a year, and they come together in the Napa Vine area. And that's kind of their signature parade, is to be in the Napa Vine Fun Festival. And the members come from as far away as Seattle and Portland, and they stay for the weekend, and they eat in our restaurants, and they were very happy and had a good time Saturday. So thank
And
you
those
all.
vehicles use a lot of gas, don't they? They probably had to fill
Yeah,
up
we're
here.
killing a few dinosaurs there.
Okay. Anything more for the good of the order? We'll go to press conference if you want to.
I'll take off my reporter hat and say something. Susan Delaire from Chehalis. Say something about Antique Fest. It starts this Friday with early buy from 3 o'clock until I think 7. Then on both Saturday and Sunday, it'll start at 10. They've got bands, they've got appraisals by George Higbee at the attic door. Just lots of the stores put on sales, and it's a great, wonderful event.
Nice, very nice. All right, let's move to the press conference. Do we have press with any questions for us?
With no further business, I move to adjourn.
Second, it's been moved and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for coming, and thank you to those who are on the web watching us. Thank you.